And also today, for Mrs. Kent Spitfires, first of all, Samantha Araya, Daniel Bell-Johns, Joe Denley, Sam Billings, Jordan Cox, George Newner, Jack Leeming, Grant Stewart, Fred Carson, Hayden Richardson, and Michael Hogan. And your Middlesex team this evening, the captain Stephen Eskenazi, Luke Coleman, Joe Cracknell, Ryan Higgins, Max Ullman, John Simpson, Jack Davies, Josh McCares, Martin Anderson, Tom Helen, and Blake Cullen. your safety and security, we ask you kindly to keep your bags and belongings with you at all times. Any bags found unattended may be removed. If bad behaviour is scoring your dangerous, you can contact our security team quickly and easily by text or WhatsApp. The number to use is 07 401 056 737. That's 07 401 056 737. We'll be able to give you directly. We're dedicated to raising the game. So if you witness it, challenge it, call it out.
Pioneer, adventurer, leader. It's an instinct to never stand still. Always striving, never settling. Why should investing be any different? After all, your investment challenges aren't standing still. So neither will we. Expect more with iShares.
We're Cambridge. We're Colchester, Felixstowe and Cromer. We're Peterborough, Wellingborough. We're Luton and Acton. We're Hertford and Stratford, London and the East. We're beginners and we're veterans, local and adopted. We're progressive, we're inclusive, we're versatile. We wear our badge with pride. We're those who volunteer endless time, nurturing the future of our game. We're those who inspire others to give it a go. We're those who support with passion, and those who dream of pulling on our shirt. We're strengthening our history to thrive in the future. We are built by our region, for our region. We are sunrisers.
Leaders never stand still. Expect more with iShares.
Just 5 minutes to go now before the start of this massive game for Middlesex. We really need you to make some noise, here today, Lords. So get in the mood, pound a little bit screws now.
Well, a very good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lords. The Blast is back after a week of feet up for Middlesex. A round off in the Championship. The Blast is back for Kent on the back of what was quite the victory for Surrey in the Championship. 501 they chased to beat Kent. Middlesex will be hoping to make it a London double against the visitors tonight to get their first win of the season. 8 from 8 the defeats from Middlesex. Kent are just 2 places above Middlesex in the table, so it's all pretty tight at the bottom for these two. Not quite the campaigns that either were hoping for. You're watching the live stream from Lords. Myself, Kevin Hans, in association with iShares. Warm welcome to you wherever you're tuned in around the world tonight. Using the toss, you can see at the bottom of the screen there, is that the Kent Spitfires have won the toss. They've decided to bat first, which would be the worst call in the world for Middlesex chasing on this one. Let Kent go out and set what they think is a good target with a pretty short boundary away to one side. Mieye out to open with Daniel Bell-Drummond. Joe Denley, who you might have just seen the pavilion steps there before we started the broadcast, wandering down those steps out to the dugout below the Allen stands. A glorious summer's evening at Lords for this one. A rare Friday night out at Lords. Usually a Thursday night fixture, but Friday it is. Back here on Sunday to face Essex as well. So yes, Kent are 2 wins from 7, 5 defeats. Middlesex looking to get off the ground their first victory. News of the teams as a return for John Simpson for Middlesex. Let's go through those in a moment though, because Tom Helm is ready to get us underway against Mieye with a slip in place, a deep third and a deep square. Everybody else up on the single inside the circle. Slight pause from our umpires. We're on the clock, and Helm is going to get us off and running. Oh wow, look at that one, Jag. I tell you what, I mean that's clearly gone a long way down the slope. Let's have a look at the replay on it. I mean, as it pitched, you'd have thought, yep, that's inside the lines. It really seemed to jag away down the slope. I think the extremity of that seam movement sort of left the umpire with little choice really, but to put his arms out. It's just about where Helm wants it if it is going to seem in a similar fashion. So the teams: Middlesex, Stephen Eskenazi, Joe Cracknell, Ryan Higgins, Max Holden, Luke Holman, John Simpson, the wicket-keeper, back in, Jack Davies, Josh De Carries, Martin Anderson, Tom Helm and Blake Cullen. So one change to the last side, and that's Peter Milan is out and Simpson returns. Oh, that goes big down the leg side from Helm. Simpson has managed to get a glove on it. Got a couple though. 3 without loss. As for Kent, Tawanda Mieye, Daniel Bell-Drummond, Joe Denley, Sam Billings, the wicket-keeper captain, Jordan Cox, Jack Leaning, George Linder, Grant Stewart, Fred Klassen, Kane Richardson and Michael Hogan. Pace and bounce again for Helm. Well, it's been an interesting start, this one. I think you'd have seen that first one jag from a pretty straight line to become a wide, which perhaps accounted for the third as well, when he went perhaps just a fraction too straight, thinking that it would seam again, but instead kept on its way down the leg side and up the slope towards the Warner stand. Dabbed down to deep third, gets Bell-Drummond off the mark. Just runs off the bat for Kent. So a destructive opening partnership here a few years back from Bell-Drummond and Crawley in 2020. Bell-Drummond's old mate doing well for England today. 50 to his name, a century for Root, and a declaration from England this evening. Not a bad start to the Ashes. Nicely done, both off the mark. Can get out of the oval without the wide helm. Nice length again. Pat Drummond chopping down on it, very distinctive style. Catford lad. Straight line that one from Helm. Well, Drummond tickles it nicely, first boundary. And the end of the opening over. Kent 9 without loss. So yeah, chasing him weak in the championship for Kent. Put themselves in a pretty good position against Surrey. Table toppers 5:01 chase, just behind the record chase at Middlesex. Nottinghamshire in 1925. Josh Carries with spin from the pavilion ends. Bowling with the slope. The off spinner. Oh, slides that one past. Good start this from De Carey's. Keen to get going with the bat as well. You see his competition. Quick single. Drop to Davis at points. No gloves for Davis tonight then as Simpson returns. Dropped after the third game, John Simpson. Short on that one, but gets away with it, Carries. It's nicely turned. Picking a single. Carey's father would be busy at the moment, working on the Ashes. Good first day it was, that century for Root. Runs all around, and England able to declare before stumps. Punched off the stumps by Miaye, but only to backward point. Good over from De Carey's, just a 2 off it. 11 without loss, Kent. After the first 2, I did wonder how advisable. Batting first would be, and setting the target on this one. Time will tell. So Blake Cullen from the nursery ends, just the one over from Helm. point by Bell Drummond against such a distinctive style. He brings that bat down on it. Cullen, well, I'd be delighted to be back in the sides. Obviously picked up a little niggle at Merchant Taylor's school. Sat on the injury bench. After going for, what was it, just 23 off his 4 overs when 238 were racked up by Glamorgan. Immediately off after his spell early in the innings though. We just saw Bell Drummond coming there, drops it short, outside of the off. Change of bat early on for Bell Drummond. Obviously chopped down too hard on one of them. Australia 13 without loss. Broad and Warner went toe to toe for one last time in Test cricket. Here at Lords, Kent winning the toss, decided to bat first. Before we can resume, Bell Drummond's got to find another bat first. Happy pretty much straight away with the first one given to him. The rate he hits it, you can imagine he goes through a fair number of bats. Oh, now up in the air and all the way. Well, he likes that new bat. Not quite sure how much control he had over that, Bell Drummond, but he gets 6 for it. Short boundary on the leg side. Felt like it was a top edge on first view. Hand almost as he flayed at it. Nice use of the feet on that one and puts it away in between extra cover and mid-off. That's a beautiful shot for 4. Really nice looking shot from Bell Drummond. Side from Cullen. Saw 2 to come the over, so 15 off it so far, 11 off it so far. Well, what a ball that was. We've seen seam movement from Helm going down the slope from the nursery, and that one from Cullen. Just up the slope, Bell Drummond with a little move of the hand to signal that deviation off the surface. Pace and seam movement. Well, Cullen and Helm should like it. So a few of those Kent bowlers though as well. Now, use of the feet, swing of the bat, thumped onto the pad, but hitting him just outside the line of off. Leg bye confirmed by the umpire. Just got away outside the line. Leg bye to end the over. So 11 off it, 23 without loss, and good to carries to go again. That's a change of ends for Tom Helm. That's a sweet pickup. Beautifully done by Bell Drummond. Over the wide. Mid on it goes and keeps on going down the slope as well. Now that's going to be close. Big appeal. Umpire Bainson says not out. Going down the leg side with the slope. The decision of the umpire. Massive swing across the line. Yep. It's doing too much with the slope. In the air, how much of it? Mid-off retreating is Eskenazi. Yeah, he has enough on it. 4 from 8 from Yeye. Still 2 to come with the fourth. Data without loss. Kent, it's a reasonable start now. A couple of overs against the seamers. Going to find another boundary before this one's out. That's a low ball. It all happened in slow motion from Yeye. He judged it well. Just gently turns that one around the corner for the single. End of the day at the tests. Australia 14 without loss. And aggressively putting the tourists in before stumps on day one. Wow, really steps across the stumps there, Bell Drummond. Big risk, big rewards at the boundary. He's on to 25, 35 without loss, Kent. So Martin Anderson into the attack from the nursery end. Places Cullen, different seamer each over at the nursery end so far. Last over from the nursery end of the power play. They need to have strike. Let's go Yorker first ball. Anderson gets away with it to some extent as the half volleys only pushed to mid-off. That's beautifully bowled. And well fielded as well. Well run, good cricket all round. Bell Drummond moves to 26. Anderson's hit some good moments in the blast so far. Oh, another swing, another top edge, and another lucky bounce. It'll be a boundary. Miei gets away with it. He's into double figures. Kent are into the 40s. Width, given the treatment. Deep point's got a chase on here. Slopes against him. Nicely done. Coolly done. One-handed pick up and throw. A couple more to the total. Yeah. Brings his strike rate up to 100. A couple more. Scores elsewhere at the end of the power play. Oh, into the slot, given the treatment. Miei really swings the arms at that one. All the way it goes. 6 runs. First 6 for Miei. Look at the change in that strike rate now. Oh, now nearly going for a little delicate dab at the end of the over, looking to keep the strike. Yeah, 18 from 14 for him. Drummond 26 from 16. Kent a 49 without loss. Wasn't sure about winning the toss and going first. Well, I think they'd have taken this. Last over of the power play then. Josh Carey's back from the pavilion end. Drops short, but gets away with it. First ball. Bad option, keeping that length back. The big leg side boundary, the track up towards the grandstand end, so deep square and a deep mid wicket set back. Dropping that ball short. Drummond just eyed them up to see where their positions are. Short again, a little dance to the pitch just to pick up a single. Oh, they're thinking 2. Back they come. That's really good running. So there's a big boundary out there. Anderson patrolling it. Teeing off down the ground. Again, he's just going to have enough on it. Eskenazi turning. In fact, Holman turning, my apologies, to chase. They'll grab a couple. 50-3 on the board. In the power play, it's a strong start. Should just be the single on this occasion. It is Anderson straight there. 2 to come with the power play. Miei, what will he come up with? Certainly on a boundary on his next 2 deliveries. Kent. That's sweetly struck, just gave himself room. Miei, clever cricket, knew the length that Carey was going to try and go at, gave himself room, and up and over. steer to end. Last ball of the power play, just a single. Carey's done alright there, he's got out of it with just one boundary. Off his 2 overs in the power play, good from the off spinner. 12 off his 2, 59 without loss. Going at 10s to begin with, Kent. Middlesex dudes find the breakthrough. Well, they turn to Ryan Higgins from the nursery end, replaces Anderson. Constant change up of the pace bowlers. Home bowling 2 so far, like to Carey's. Length delivery, wide Yorker as well. That big boundary outside the off stump from Yea. There's a deep third, deep cover, long off. So you can see that'll be the tactic. Let's try go up and over extra cover to find the boundary. Goes again. Just squeeze down to deep third. They're looking to it. Is a big boundary. Back they come. Good running. Kent would have identified this before the start. Use that big boundary. There's 2s there. Don't be afraid to drop the ball and run, which usually in T20 cricket means a single. Big boundary on one side here. Should mean a couple on most occasions, and they've maximised that as best they can, these 2. Oh, there we go, look. The room outside the off stump, what it does mean is if you can really free up your arms and get hold of it, get a clump of it, then away it goes. And Higgins' tactics quite clear, use of the feet, just a little shuffle. It's beautifully played. It's hard at it again. It's going to be a wide. Push down the slope from Higgins. Leads off the over. Oh, that's a big wide. Well, he stepped across in fairness to Higgins, and Higgins does have a little look at Bell Drummond's final position there. There's a look back at the umpire. Another wide. Now, Higgins appealing the catch. Was the bat on it? There wasn't bat on it. Was that a wide? Well, he was so far across that I think the umpire has decided on that occasion not to signal the wide. And a boundary to end. That's a good over. Really good over for Kent. 13 off it. 2 wides, the single, a couple of boundaries, and a 2 at the start. 72 on the board after 7. Middlesex need a wicket here. This is starting to pick up pace for Kent. They found their footing in this innings.
It's number 56, Luke Holman.
Luke Holman then, bit of leg spin for the first time. Wrist spin into the attack for the first time tonight. Carries has done a decent job so far. Nice start from Holman. Turning it up the hill, up the slope from the pavilion end. Delicately done and fine of Helm. They'll pick up a couple. This is what they've done well so far. And there hasn't been a boundary for them. They've just found the gaps and turned it into 2. Straight nicely, just a single. Playing at their own pace at the moment, this pair. Middlesex need to break this partnership. Shaw giving the treatment, into the gap it goes, couple of bounces to the big boundary in between deep mid-wicket and long on. 4 more, Miaye's on to 35. I think that 36 for the single, they're not going to get this couple here now. Out of the over Holman. 8 off it. Short boundary on one side is it's got any room outside of off stump at all. Again, patiently done by Bell Drummond. They're staying at 10s. 82 without loss after 8. Brilliant start by this Kent pair. Cullen's bowl the night. Middlesex turn into a strike bowler. Chugs back up the slope from Cullen. Drummond tucked up by it, he'll pick up the single nonetheless. It's the problem for Middlesex now, these two are in. Seeing it big, seam movement. Will stop now, ball into its 9th over. Cast back to that Earl Drummond and Crawley display. I think it was one of the first times a hybrid pitch was used here at Lords. Lower end of the square that one was. That ball picked on smashing lumps out of the advertising boards. No ball, edged and caught off the no ball. Crowd's just caught up with it, and so is Anderson. Anderson didn't know. He knows now. Well, it's not going for you. It's not going for you. Allen brought back to be the strike bowler. Swatting that one up into the air, the free hit down to London. Should just be a single. There was a nasty bounce at it though. They're coming back for the second. Cullen let it go, thinking a hit from Holden might have done the trick. Very nearly did. Be a wide. Middlesex struggling with the extras tonight. 10th extra of the evening so far of that 87. It's a big percentage in the 9th over. Could it be? Yes, it is. How long did that take to come down for Davis? But he holds on. The AA's gone. Cullen does get a wicket in the over. Catch off a no ball. But now he has the breakthrough. That short boundary. Mieye, top edged. Goodness me, did it keep going? 88 for 1, the breakthrough. Much relief for Middlesex. Joe Denley came to Middlesex from Kent, then went back again. England player. Magnificent player he's been for both counties. Didn't quite rack up the runs he'd have hoped for here at Lords. To come of the over, and well, bearing in mind you've got a wicket off a no ball. If you can get out of this over, 6 off it and a wicket. Oh, the shot that is from Denley. What a way to get off the mark. 6 off his second ball and 9 gone. Kent 94 for 1. Glorious shot. Everything right about that from Joe Denley. It felt good for Kent, not so good for the Middlesex bowlers. A wicket in that over, a 6 to finish it. 94 for 1, still going at over 10s. Where does this innings go? Next job is Bell Drummond for Middlesex, but Kent will be thinking if he stays there, this could be big, very big indeed. There we go, 4 more, just using that little bit of width. Change of ends, short of boundary, the offside now for Anderson, outside off. Beautifully done. Playing the 50. Good response from Anderson. Slower ball, nipping it back up the slope. I think 2. Back they come. Oh, it's good from Denley and Bell Drummonds. Well, the old fella tested, much as Mieye was. Let's get his boots on. 100 up for Kent, inside 10. 100 for 1. Nice one from Anderson. To hold its line on the slope, a little bit of bounce as well. Drummond less than impressed. Big step across. Thumps in the pad, but hitting outside the line of off. Thinking 2 again, but just the single it is. Anderson finds 4 off the first ball. Pressure on the over from there, but he's done well. Just 3 off the next 4 deliveries. Can he get out of the over? Oh, wide. How costly will that be? Next ball to Denley. Nicely played again. Denley moves to 7. Kent's 103 for 1 after 10. Middlesex going to bring this over 8 down. A massive score here at Lords at the moment. If that man gets going, there's this ground well. Coleman once more, this time from the nursery end, so they're hitting against the spin. It's the shorter boundary. It's a spin, turning away from the right hander with the slope. Nice start. Flowing shot from Denley, but only into the covers. Hasn't got hold of that, Denley. Pick up a couple. I think that'll partly be the fear here for Middlesex. It almost feels as though Kent haven't quite got hold of this innings yet. Haven't really decided to get their timing going. Stepping across in a drag. Well, he's timed that one. I'm quite sure he got all of it, but it is a shorter boundary. The placement's good in between the fielders. Drags that one. That's deep mid wicket. Goodness me, as he timed that. Oh, so that hit the camera. What a way to bring up the 50. 50 from 33 deliveries, 114 for one. Bill Drummond looking very much in the moods. Just a single to end the over. Bill Drummond 50 off 33, 51 off 34 now. Kent's 115 for one. So look at how Bill Drummond's brought up the 50. And a very happy cameraman at the end of it. Boom, 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 crunch. Josh Carey's is on. Denley going at a strike rate of 200. Kent's still going at over 10 and over. Bill Drummond still out there and still running twos to the fielders in the deep. Oh, leg side. That was a gimme. He knew it as soon as it was out of his hand there, De Carey's. Bill Drummond just flicking that one leg side. Bit of a gimme. 121 for one. Bill Drummond 7 off the over so far, 3 balls to come for Denley. 58 from 37. Shorts gets away with it on this occasion, pulls it close enough to sweeper, and get long on, Luke Holman. Singles to end the over, 4 of them. 10 off the over it is though for the Careys. And 25 for 1. So over to Denley. With first ball and 4 runs. Can't put it there. The width punished. Catch, but in the air safely. Swung away, just a single out steep mid wicket. Drummond on to 60. Oh, looking to launch. There's the carrot being dangled. Holman offering that little bit of width outside off stump, looking to turn it down the slope. There goes again. Denley backing himself to target that short boundary. Feels like a big last ball of the over coming up here. He's going to find the reward. Oh, dot ball again. Just sent it that little bit wider. Well done, Luke Holman. That's held his nerve, put it up there outside of the off stump again. Just put it that little bit wider the last ball as well. A little bit further. But Denley had to stretch to try and drag that one to the onside. 131 for 1. 13 overs done. Prolific start for Kent. How far can they take this in the back 7? Ball for the crowd. Oohs and ahs. Cullen's third over. A couple of balls after that no ball. Catch off a no ball. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Where does that finish up? Oh, top tier. Bounces back down. Umpire's going to want to look at that. Damage being done all round by Bell Drummond. Followed him, Cullen. Bell Drummond seeing it so big and clatter off that middle tier, bounced straight back in. Oh, that tucks him up for room. Has it got him? Helm holds the catch. And that's Cullen at his best. Pacey, bouncy, and troubling Bell Drummond, who goes for a very fine 66. Relief from Helm as well as he holds on. Middlesex will be glad to see the end of that man. The ball after the 6. Cullen delivers. Really good. 2 for Cullen. 2 to go for Middlesex so far. Relief as much as anything at this stage. And just a little bit of movement back down the slope on that one. George Linder coming in at 4. Promotion up the order. Interesting move this from Kent. Mark first ball. 6 and out for Bell Drummond in the over to Denley, 21 from 14. 6 off his second ball for Joe Denley. Run. Signal to end the over. Denley keeps the strike. He's on to 24 from 16. Linder has 1. Middlesex have Bell Drummond at last. 66 for him. 6 the ball before. And then nick it off to Helmer. Short third. Holding on for Cullen, who has 2 for 33 from 3. Kent's still going at 10 and over. Middlesex have got to keep the wickets coming from here, or the Spitfires. They're flying well past the 200 mark. Oh, a reverse from Denley. Well, that was clever from Holman. Denley, I think, was waiting for that ball outside of the off stump, which was served up on 3 occasions to end the last over. This time he went straight to first ball, Holman. Very good from the leg spinner. It's Linder got left-hander against the wrist spinner. Single. Oh! Now, did it take something of the umpire on the way? It certainly took a lot of the stumps. Ricochets too long off for a couple. It would have been 4 anyway, whether they'd have got around now. Is he rubbing anywhere? Don't rub it, don't rub it. I think he's alright, must have just been the stumps that took the blow. Well, he's got hold of that one. Has he got enough? He has! Good effort from Cracknell at long on. Another 6 for Denley. Well, Denley's in the mood as well, isn't he? The faces on that dugout. Denley on 37. In the air, down to long off. Holding it all, Denley. Just a single to Helm. Ends the over. 15 off it. Holman's bowled out, none for 43 from his 4, which is standard for Middlesex are going at today, 10s. Carey's is only going at 7s. Add 6 more to that. Denley's on to 44 from 22. Up a strike rate of 200, which he's had virtually from the off. Joe Denley. Spinner to the left-handed Linder. Move to get to Carey's back on at this point. Oh! Let's have another look. No, bump ball. It's Carey's reaction. That's what it did for me. It's a leg bye for Denley. 7 off the over. Can Carey's get out of it? It's having a cheaper day than the others so far, but still 2 to come. Left-hander smears one in the air and out. Good catch, Max Holden. Out at deep cover, he had a lot of work to do. Get around, get underneath it. Sun in his eyes as well. Linder comes and goes for 3. It's Carey's has a wicket before his day's done. Trying to take on the big boundary against the spin, against the off spinner.
Number 7, Sam Billings.
So Billings comes out with 4.1 overs to go. So Billings, the skipper, nudges a single to keep the strike. And Carey's finishes with a wicket, 1 for 31 off his 4. He could be very happy with this day, the off spinner. He's done a fine job. A couple of the overs in the power play as well from the Carey's. 6 off the first ball of that last over. He came back well to pick up Linda. But Denley's still there on 45. Billings on 1 from 1. And these two with 4 overs to go could wreak havoc here for Middlesex. It's going to be Helm from the nursery end. 166 for 3. We'll be looking at minimum 210 here. In which case we'll be searching for the record books for Middlesex chases. Wide start up. Went for the wide Yorker, big boundary outside the off stump, protecting that short boundary on the onside. Slower ball, oh that's good, that's very good from Billings. Went with it, short third up inside the circle. No wonder he's smiling. That's class, real class from Billings. Been in England squads a fair bit, Billings and Helm. Yorker wide outside the off stump, he steps across Billings, so Helm gets away with it. Been tight, but it was a big step across to be fair. Followed Billings, which was always running out of room as he ran away to the offside. Still 3 to go the over. What does Billings do next? He'll stick with that wide Yorkie, you'd have thought. And Billings gets it away on this occasion. Oh, mind yourself, sir. Keep your eyes on the ball. Can't be injured, St John's ambulance. Brilliant manoeuvre from Billings. Bristol works it away fine. Another boundary, 9 off the over, 2 to come of it. Now, no ball calls, over waist height. Going for the stumps, I fancy on that occasion, Helm, when he saw Billings going across. Free hit signalled by the umpire. So still 2 to come of the over, and a free hit this one for Billings. The bowls. Yorks him outside of the off stump, gets away with the free hit. Ball cost 2. There's 2. Well, yeah, that ball cost 2. Still up ahead of that 10 and over run rate. Has he manufactured that one? Just a couple. Isn't quite where Billings wanted it to go, but safe in the end. Picks up a couple to end the over, 11 off 8. 179 for 3 Kent. He'll be pretty happy with the toss that he won. Very happy with Denley's performance. 45 from 24, 18 balls left of the innings. Denley has been going at a strike rate of pretty much 200 for the entirety. If they can get 36 for these last 3, Middlesex have got their work cut out here this evening. Looks to York him, got to get back in, and he is. So Cullen bowls this one, Anderson to bowl the 20th from the pavilion end. You'd have thought maybe Higgins. No full toss, leg side. Long leg secure, they're looking for 2, they're coming back for 2. Oh, slightly better throw, they might get 3, back they come. Simpson looking to underarm, back at the stumps. Denley moves to 48. Billings moves on to strike. Oh, Cullen, is he injured? He is. Well, he managed to finish his 4 overs at Merchant Taylor School a couple of weeks back, but limped out after 4 overs pretty early on in the innings, straight off once he'd finished. He's not going to finish the over here. Well, that's a really sad sight. Missed the season last year, shake of the head. I can't imagine the feeling there for Cullen. Let's hope it's not too serious. Real blow that for Blake Cullen and for Middlesex. Very, very promising young bowler. A couple of wickets this evening. Higgins to complete his over. 4 to go of it. Big task here for Higgins now. Short down the leg side, but he gets away with it, just a single. Billings on to 12. Denley on to strike on 48. Middlesex have to shake that one off. Seeing Cullen depart. Just a single. 49 for Denley. Billings on to strike. Time to launch. 2 balls to go, the over. Reversing, and that one will pick up maybe 2 here. Yes, they do. Simpson throws to the non-strikers, then they're back. Couple of runs ricocheting there for Billings. Didn't really know too much about it. They buy signalled actually. Should just be a single. Oh, it's a misfield, a fumble. They'll come back for 2. Holden couldn't get it cleanly. Billings moves to 12. Kent moved to 188 for 3 after 18. Goodness me, it barely feels like they've got going in this innings. The runs have just flowed and flowed and flowed. There have been some big sixes, short boundary down the ground. So Denley has strike. Helm from the nursery end. Wide ball. Rueful from Helm. 12 balls to go. And we go at 200. Edged, oh, fine of the fielder. Denley has his 50. A little fortuitous in bringing it up. Another boundary to do so though. A destructive innings back at Lords for Joe Denley. 53 from 28. And he's pushing Kent to a very big total here. Oh wow, now that's going to be a no ball. Helm apologises, they'll take 2. Denley has to be quick, make sure he's not run out of it. No ball will be signalled. There'll be a free hit as well. So that ball costs 4 so far and a free hit to come. Oh no, it's his second one, he's out of the attack, Helm. It's his second one of the evening and Helm's out of the attack. Anderson has to complete the over and start it with a free hit. 55 for Denley, on strike, free hit, Anderson to bowl it. Well bowled. Block hole delivery, wide Yorker from Anderson, perfectly executed, very, very well bowled. That's launched all the way. hit Anderson's second ball for 6, hit his second ball for 6. It's another one for Denley. He's into the 60s. And he's in the mood. That's a wide for Anderson. Extras count moves to 21. It's really costly for Middlesex tonight. It's in the air again, but getting hold of it. Bit of single, thinking 2. They've got 2 comfortably. Good run in still. 1 to come of the over. Off this over, started by Helm, finished by Anderson. 1 to come of it. That one is smashed. It's a long off for a single. Now hold on, 2 to come of it, isn't there? So 1 more still. Off the 19th. 1 ball to bowl. Well, that's expertly done, immaculately done. Billings, full control, full reward. 18 from 12 for him. 211 for 3 after 19. Middlesex are chasing something very big already, and there's 6 balls to go. Outstanding by Billings. No Helm, no Cullen. Higgins will have to bowl the final over. Middlesex are already on the receiving end. A heavy score here in the first innings. .210 has been chased here at Lord's. Middlesex have to go beyond that tonight. How far beyond? Higgins to Denley on 64. Short down the leg side. Oh, is that 6? Asking for the field, I think it might be 4. No, Bainton's giving it a 6. Oh, Higgins will field, short ball, big leg side boundary. Oh, that's a brilliant shot by Denley. Clearing the ropes from there. 5 balls to go. Denley on to 70. 6 first to the over. Slow ball, well bowled. Denley looking for 2. Back he comes. Into 72. Well bowled, Ryan Higgins. Slow ball bouncer. Denley looking to heave that over the short fine leg, looking to give it too much. One follows up. They'll look for 2. They'll settle on 1. 2 to come. 9 off the over so far. Mind the first ball went for 6. This is a decent recovery from Higgins. He's got Billings to get past now. What's the height on that one? No ball signals. Still 2 to come, 11 off the over. 2-2-2 for 3. 2 to come. Bowls. With Yorker. One's come. 11 off the over. Billings disappointed he's missed out. Short boundary outside the off stump as well. The bluff from Higgins. Bringing it full and wide with that short boundary. It pays off for the bowler. Last ball of the Kent innings. That is big from Billings, all the way for 6. Well, nearly makes the advertising boards, which are nearly 20 yards or so back themselves at Cow Corner. 6 to finish for the skipper. 24 from 15, pats on the back from Helm. A couple of guys he'll have shared people in dressing rooms with for the Lions, the squads, but here's that final shot. Whoosh. Swept successfully for 6 by Billings. Goodness me, that is a big shot. A very long boundary to the onside. Well, destruction at Lords. 2-2-9 the target for Middlesex. That was pretty chastening in the fields. They're going to have to hope that Kent are going to be chasing the leather just as much. Join us back for the chase here in a few moments. We'll take a short break on the Middlesex live stream. It's a short boundary, to factor that in. But goodness me, Middlesex have an almighty task here if they're to find their first win with the T20 campaign. Join us back in the stream in a couple of minutes. 2-2-9 is the target. Welcome back, everybody. 229. The target for Middlesex, Cracknell and Eskenazi. Heading out, well, they hit a tremendous knock, losing cause at Merchant Taylors. 239, they were set there. These two got 150. Going for that opening stand. 210 is Middlesex's highest score here at Lords. 211 is the domestic record on the grounds. Essex in 2018. .210 for 8 versus Surrey. August 2019, won by 64 runs. Owen Morgan hit 70. AB de Villiers 64. No AB or no Morgan tonight. The Essex match where Essex hit 211, Middlesex scored 210 for 3, but lost by 6 wickets. Morgan again that evening, 77 unbeaten, Sterling 78. Records need to be shattered at Lords tonight if Middlesex to find their first win. Richardson first up, a dot ball. Good tumbling stop in the covers by Denley, one of the men to hit 50 in that innings for Kent. No full toss, that gets Middlesex off the mark. Couple taken. Anthony. That's what Kent did very well, even when they weren't hitting the boundaries, they found the twos. That's that big onside boundary. Cracknell on strike for the first time. Clarkson. Really dangerous bowler. First saw him against Middlesex at Canterbury for Kent. Very useful left armour. Leg side with that one though. Chipped for a single by Cracknell. Power play for Kent. It's 59 without loss on the board. Again, it's not a power play where Middlesex can win this match. Certainly one they can lose it, but they need to do some damage. Oh, bottom edge on it, and Eskenazi had to get back. We're wide. Swings it away down the slope. So that from Helm, first up for Middlesex. Room found by Eskenazi, and the boundary found as well. First one, the Middlesex chase, 9 without loss. He's giving himself room, going with it. This man, well, the pair of them, 100 players. This one was a wild card for London Spirit under Owen Morgan a couple of years back. Big talent with the bat. That's nicely stroked away. Chase here for the deep point. They'll pick up a couple. Try to be lost on Middlesex that those twos were oh so crucial, oh so frustrating for Middlesex. The bowlers in that first innings came expertly finding the gaps, finding the room. In the air, and Cracknell is going to go. Billings with a comfortable, cool and calm catch, and Cracknell goes for 3 from 3. Middlesex 11 for 1 in the second over. Looking to go after that short boundary on the onsides. Cracknell, he's got to go back to the pavilion, not to be today. Ryan Higgins comes out at 3, real change up in order for Middlesex. No Milan, so Higgins promoted. 3 right-handers again at the top. Higgins will probably feel he hasn't had much of a chance with the bat. Here's a big chance here, huge target. Huge job on their hands for Middlesex. Cut away nicely to deep backward point. Gets Higgins off the mark first ball. Nice use of the feet, brilliantly put away by Eskenazi. Strong wrists, slams it through mid-wicket. There's the gap. He's found it well in between mid-wicket and mid-on. For the scoop, well followed by Hogan, vastly experienced, just the single. Beats the edge, good pace, good bounce. Again, we saw this at the start of the Kent innings in the same way. 2 overs done, 17 for 1 Middlesex. Hogan picking up the wicket of Cracknell, top edging, comfortable catch for Billings. Pressure onto those two now. Let's have a look through the scores of the other games. Couldn't take your eyes off this one. In the first innings. Bowled or played. It's dug out by Eskenazi. Trying to keep his eye on it, trying to get the pace Klaassen. Oh, got hold of that one. We've seen some big shots tonight. That's up there. 6 runs for Stephen Eskenazi. 18 from 9 for the skipper. Still he was. A moment of connection. Keep going, he says. Goes again. Open in the face. 4 more. 27 for 1. Middlesex up with the 8. Gets away with that. Very nearly scoops it through to the keeper. Steered away past the short fine leg. Long chase from Yeye, but he manages to win it. In the air. Oh, it could be a similar departure for Eskenazi as it was for Cracknell. Billings, couple of claps to the glove. Claps all around Lords for the Kent captain. He takes the Middlesex skipper. Gone for 24 from 13. Klaassen in on the wickets. 3 overs done. Middlesex are 29 for 2. Oh, it's a carbon copy. Cracknell dismissal. Max Holden comes out at 4 for the Middlesex opener. Down at number 4. They want him to play the spin, which he plays so well. 29 for 2 after 3. He's got 3 overs the power play. Oh, Middlesex have no choice here. They've got to get going and keep going with a target like this. Required rate already at 12. 2 wickets down. They've just got to keep going in this power play now. It's a huge chase. Huge task in front of them. George Linder from the nursery end. So it will be spin for Holden's face, and he'll face it really straight up as Higgins pushes the single. Doing himself room, Holden. Linda's going to keep it tight here. It's a short offside boundary for the left-hander, trying to give himself room. Bottom edge on that one, single taken. It's Holden off the mark. Oh, hit straight back and through the hands. Well, it went hard from Higgins. He gets a boundary straight through the hands of Linda. That turn past the edge. Beautiful bowling from Linda. Good comeback from him. Oh, that would have been a wide. Pick up just the single out to Mieye. Four overs done, 36 for 2 Middlesex. 12 and over the required rate. Need a big couple of overs here to end the power play, really get them into this innings. Easier said than done. Remember, Kent were only 59 without loss after their 6, so just below 10 and over at that point, much as Middlesex are on course to be. A couple of wickets down and a lot of runs to chase. I feel as though Middlesex need to take a chunk out of this and then get a partnership going. Bowled, wide Yorker angled across Higgins. Flat-footed in the crease, watching for a leg side ball. Short boundary outside of the off stump. Wouldn't have expected Clarkson to slide on across. Small where he's expecting it, picks out the fielder, just the single. Nice use of the feet, lovely shot from Holden. Back in the power play for Middlesex, back in the runs. I'm sure he'll want to make a statement here at the end of the power play. Oh, hit by that one on the shoulder. They'll get a leg bite, backward point. Change up a pace of class, and that's what he's very good at. Holden was immediately eyeing that short boundary. Ouch. Might not be rubbing it, but you can see it on his face. Should be 2 here. Back they come. Holden was waiting on the call. Knew that Higgins would be going to the danger end. Denley, good from Klaassen, good recovery in that over. 10 off it, one of them are no balls, just 9 against Klaassen. 1 for 30 off 3 for him. Still in need of a big over to finish this power play. 60 for 2 at the end of the power play. I feel they're in a position. How strong, well, only time will tell. Big over coming up. Linda's out of the attack. Going for 7 off his over. To Richardson they turn from the nursery end. Very well done again, Max Holden. He's into double figures. He looks as though he's out there to enjoy himself tonight. Goodness me, he's worked that well. Now, down the leg side, I think he's got a top edge on that. Top edge for 6 it is. Holden's on 17 from 6. Statement innings here from Holden so far. How did that end up there, he says. Well, he went for the percentage shot. There's a lot of room. Back of the square on the leg side. And he decided any chance to access it, he was going to take it, even with the top edge. Thumped over mid-wicket, 4 more. Higgins wants some before the power play's done. Well, Middlesex are going in the power play in front. In the runs column at least. Two behind on the wickets column. That's an important one too. 2 balls to go at the power play. Just a single. Hold to have strike for the last ball of the power play then. A couple of 6s already. One of them you knew plenty about. The other one not so much so. Last ball of the power play, and 4 more. 66 for 2 Middlesex at the end of the 6th, holding on to 22. Cracking innings by the former opener down at number 4. I think he enjoyed that one, Holden. Come on, Lords. Here's the cry. Form that Middlesex 7 ahead of where Kent were at this stage. Run rate is at 11, required 11.6. How close can they take this? 210 is their highest score. Leaning into the attack. Oh, reverse sweep first up from Higgins. Billing stood up to that one. When he saw the reverse sweep coming, the edge only just flew past him. Left picked up 3. Good running. Higgins on to 18 from 13. Response from Leaning. Well, that's tremendous from Holden. 26 from 9. And Holden's a man that is giving Middlesex a chance here. Just a single on this occasion. 27 from 10. I can do that. 270 is strike rate. He's got the run rate up to 11.4 nearly now. Good from Higgins, I think too, but it's straight to the fielder. Should just be the single. It is. It'll be a wide. Oh. Not an umpire paints his books. Well, Holden saying it's outside the blue line on the other side as well. Takes it out on the ball, but straight to the fielder. Single to end the over. Ten off the over. Smiles from Higgins. From Holden indeed. Run rate falling just below 11 to end the over. 76 for 2. Kent's basically stayed at just over 10s throughout. Keep it at 10s all the way through and launch at the ends. That's what Middlesex will have to go for as well. Doesn't get panicked by the required rate. Will climb if you stay at 10s, of course, but that's where those big few final overs come in. You try and find somewhere in between. Partnership the key, try and put the pressure on Kent. Stewart into the attack for the first time from the nursery ends. Now, leg bite, be signalled. Stewart did ask the question politely of the umpire. Sweep out early from Holden. Oh, now no ball and a free hit. Now that's something Middlesex were very guilty of. Helmer's removed from the attack for 2 waist-high full tosses. It's one for Stewart, little grimace. As he can't afford another one now, he'll be out of the attack too. And the free hit goes for 4. Looking for the wide Yorker, ended up into a wide full toss. Higgins did well. Open the wrists on that one, open the face. Yeah, but the no ball he knew was safe. Good shot, 4 runs. There goes that run rate again, up to 11.3. Goes. Oh, now that's another waist-high full toss. Stewart's out of the attack. Can you believe it? 2 in a night at Lords. Helm at the end of his spell, Stewart at the start of his. He's done. Another no ball in his opening over. Stewart's out of the attack. 2 in 4 balls. Leg by, waist high full toss, 4 dot waist high full toss. 3 legitimate balls at the over, somebody else to finish it. Stewart goes for 9 off his 3 legitimate balls. Joe Denley, a little bit of leg spin to finish the over. Well, free hit first ball, Holden to face it. Higgins comes to have a chat. He loves a reverse sweep. He's got a short boundary to the offside, and the leg spinner coming into an over, cold, and having to bowl a free hit first up. How's your luck, Joe Denley? We're about to find out. Down the track comes Holden. Oh my goodness, forget the reverse sweep. Big and sweet pick up from the left-hander. Another 6 for Holden. Look at that go, launched. Run rate climbs to 12. Backs away, cuts the sweepers there, just a single. On to come of the over. Short from Denley, dispatched by Higgins. 99 on the board for Middlesex at the end of the 8th. They can't, can they? Well, long hop from Denley. You have to feel for him into the attack, and 6-1-6 from Denley's 3 deliveries, finishing Stewart's over after he was removed from the attack after 2 waist-high full tosses. It's all go at Lords tonight. 99 for 2 after 8. The required rate is down to 10 and over for Middlesex. 10.8. They're up at 12.3. Well, Hold'em, as I say, he's dropped down the order to 4. So he's the first left-hander to come in at 4 in the order. He loses out in the power play, loses out in what was a pretty successful opening partnership with Eskenazi. From 16. 30 from 19, Higgins. 100 up from 49 balls. Brilliant. Brilliant start here from Middlesex. Couldn't really have dreamt of one much better. 2 set batters. The partnership now worth 72. Carved by Holden to deep backward square. So, run rate's at 12, required at 11. 1 ball to go. 3 balls to go, my apologies. With the 9th. First boundary of the over. Middlesex got themselves into a position that fourth ball of the over, it didn't feel like the pressure was on to find that boundary. Onto the hip. Great ball from Hogan. Puts his hand up to the field. Angling down the leg side. The short fine leg up inside the circle. Oh, pushed back by Higgins. Has he? Yes, he has. Higgins can't believe it. He stood his ground almost in disbelief. I think he's still asking, is it? Umpires are going to have a chat. Hogan says, yes, thank you. Higgins holds on. The umpire's giving the nod. Higgins has to go. Oh. Well, that's not conclusive, but you can see why Higgins held and just asks for the umpires for their thoughts. One more look at this end in a moment, but John Simpson first. One ball to come at the over, so a partnership which really did some damage. Oh, well, he flicks it up with his fingers. Higgins' question was how much of it had the ground with those fingers. In the other angle probably told us a little bit more. There was a question to be asked by Higgins. Holden said thank you, got my fingers under it, flicked it up. Now Lords have just seen the replay from behind the bowler's arm. 106 for 3. The boos will probably tell you what they thought of it, but for Hogan, trying to get his fingers down underneath it, flick it back up, keep it in play, keep it alive. Single last ball of the over, although they'll have to be quick. Oh, Simpson. Didn't just wear that on the hand. He's shaking out his left hand. Off the mark, first ball, 107 for 3. Back in the side, Simpson. Well, Holden, it feels as though he's come up with a statement innings. Coming in the power play and doing some real damage to get his innings going. Simpson back in the side. I'm sure he'll want to make a statement too. 11.8 the run rate. 11 the required. Game on at Lords. Nice shot just for the single for Simpson. Reverse first up. He's leaning. Two more. Oh, thinking about the third as well, but just the two it is. Big boundary helps. Kent were clever. Middlesex seems to be following suit. There's a couple to be had there. Just a single to the fielder. Long on. Richardson down below us in the media centre. I think in two, just a single. Swept hard, straight to Mieye. Just a single. End of the over. Run rate 11.4, required 11.5. Simpson 4 from 4, Holden 21 from 20. Need a partnership again, Middlesex. Higgins gone for 35, outstanding effort from him. .77 that partnership for the third wicket. Oh, Simpson, he scooped it. Should go, does go. Richardson with the wicket, Klaassen with the catch. First ball of Richardson's second over, 115 for 4, 114 for 4. And Simpson wanted to get in and get going, not able to. Right underneath it, Simpson, toe into the bat, looking for that strong bat hand, just didn't get hold of it. Jack Davis comes in at 6. Handed the gloves back to Simpson tonight. Holds his place as a batter though. Again, I think he's a busy batter at the crease. Middlesex need him to be exactly that. Keep Holden company. Ball first up. Davis, good start to the over here for Richardson. This would be an over that could really swing it back for Kent, just put some pressure back onto Middlesex. 2 quick wickets. Higgins followed by Simpson. Oh, just back past his hand. Davies has a boundary. Richardson had a chance. Half a chance, it went hard to his left hand. Oh, pluck that out of the air, it's a pretty great feeling. Pot luck that, throw your hands up and hope it holds. Now he hasn't got hold of it, Davies. Oh, but Bell Drummond has. Takes a beaut in front of the Warner. Scooping up underneath Bell Drummond. Davies goes for 4. Middlesex lose 3 quick wickets. Might be losing a little bit of momentum here in this Richardson over. Clearly come in with the decision they're going to get going and keep going from the off, each of these new batters, but to some extent Holden just needs them to play around him at the moment. 2 big shots attempted by the 2 new batters, Simpson and Davies, both coming up with the same outcome. 2 balls to come. Richardson's over, a big over this for Kent. Luke Holman, he'll be desperate for some runs as well. Desperate for a win. He's had some good moments in this Blast. Today's looked as though he had won a game for Middlesex at Merchant Taylors against Gloucestershire. Couldn't get over the line in that one, the 3rd round. Can he get over the line here? Required rate and the rate have switched. And that's the reason why. Brilliant over from Richardson. Just 4 off it, 2 wickets. Simpson and Davies. Richardson 2 for 24 from his 2. A good comeback from him. 18 for 5. 12's required off the back 9 for Middlesex. In the air, but gets through. 2 look at each other. Holden gets hold of it. Goes to 45. High full toss. Managed to get the placement right. Dug out. It's a well run for a couple. Holden. It's a 47. Swing and a miss. We'll get a leg by for it though, is it? No, runs it was. Reverse sweep from Holman for 6. What a way to get off the mark. 3rd ball, strike rate of 200 for Luke Holman. Middlesex needed that. Quite the shot from the youngster. 13 off the over, last ball. Thinking about 2, should just be the 1. No, Holden's quick. Holden wants it. Holden's in. 15 off the over. 133 for 5. That gets Middlesex going again with 8 overs to go and batting to come as well. It's Carey's coming in at 8. At 9, and Helman Cullen. It is actually an awful lot of batting for Middlesex all the way down. Cullen has to bat with a runner, or if it gets that far, to be honest, Middlesex are probably in a bit of trouble. But you never know. Max Holden will not have given up. Middlesex need 96 to win. Holden has 48. Balls. 47 now. the air, but just a single out steep cover. 49 for Holden. Dug out, oh, throws to the non-strikers and he's gone if it hits. Single taken, big risk by Holman, he gets away with it. Denley can't believe it. He won't want to be on the losing side tonight. Brilliant innings for him. Popular player here at Lords, Joe Denley. Part of the Kent side, of course, and Middlesex won it in 2008. Max Holden's 50, 27 deliveries. Holden with 4 fours and 3 sixes. It's been brilliant from Holden so far. He's halfway there. If he can double his tally, Middlesex likely to win this one. It's a tall order for Holden. He's going to need a lot of help at the other end still. But they do have batting to come. Can Holden keep going? Single down to long on. Crowd have found something to be cheerful about. Not quite sure what it is. 138 for 5. Mexican wave it is. Have a look behind them, they'll be standing up in a second. Boos as the Mexican wave dies out. They're going to try again. Just about keeping going through the grandstands. Lower tier, it's dying out. That's a great shot by Holden. Picks the gap. He's on to 55. Middlesex 142 for 5. Keeping up ahead of that 10 and over rate still. Need more than that, but that's what Kent went at, 10 and over, just over throughout their innings. Middlesex are keeping well ahead, well enough ahead of it. Expensive first over from Linda. This could be an expensive second. That's a good stop, great stop. Out there at deep mid wicket, get a chance with the bat. Holden trying to get across and work that one over the short fine leg. I think he might have telegraphed that one, Holden. Done with the telescope in the end. Fine shot, gets through. It would have been a brilliant catch at mid-off had it been taken. Not sure whether it carried or not. Holding into the 60s. really a chance. Hogan still hanging his head backwards, feeling maybe it was, but 148 for 5. To the call, should just be a single. Holman's going to come back. See, no, he's not. Middlesex again up there at nearly 11s. Straight back. Oh, that was, for a moment there was nearly a second chance for Linda. Dot ball to end the over. 11 off it. 149 for 5. They've given themselves a chance here, Middlesex. Linda had a chance with this one. Nearly 2 chances. Hit hard by Holden though. By Holman. Ouch. .62 from 33, Max Holden. Nearly a one-man show this. Higgins, that partnership for the 3rd wicket, hitting 35. Fourth start the over. Holden 66 from 34, 150 up for Middlesex. First ball of the 15th. Boundary to begin, pressure on the bowler. Going for the wide Yorker, big boundary to protect. Didn't quite get the Yorker right up there, allowing half volley to be driven away. Not put away it was though by Holden. Richardson had a big last over, 2 for 4 he picked up off it. Middlesex need a big over here against him. Slow ball, well bowled. Looking for 2, should be comfortably, back they come. Holden run into danger and he's fast, pressure put on the fielder, well run. Block hold delivery, oh that gets through. 4 runs, Holden throws his bat up in the air in relief. The Yorker takes the toe end of the bat, gets past the keeper as well, crucially gets past the stumps. Wide outside the off stump, wide Yorker he was going for. Wide Yorker he got. Holden drives 4 off the toe end of the bat from wide Yorker. Bumped up past the keeper. Save most crucially for Middlesex though. Didn't ricochet onto the stumps. Into the 70s Holden. Oh, it goes up in the air. Does he get a little bit of luck? He does. Lands safe in front of long on. Beltramon coming around. 12 off the over. Holden is just keeping on going here. The right thing to do for sure. Slow ball, just a single. 15 gone, 162 for 5. 5 overs to go. 67 required. 30 deliveries. Holden's 25 runs shy of a century. I mean, goodness me, could he get a century and lose? 67 required from 30 deliveries. Just 25 for Holden to get a century. Look at that. It's been the Max Holden show. He came in with that second dot on the worm there. Coming in at 4. Dropped down the order. He's making a case to go back up here. Drags into the onside. They're looking for 2. They are. The miss hit gets 2. Holden's on 77. Single for Holden. He's on to 78. 64 from 28. A bit of room found. Oh, straight to the fielder. Hogan's not gathered it cleanly. Got to keep going, got to get going. Oh, got off the mark with a 6. The ball. 5 of his last 5. And he's going at that strike rate of 100 thereafter. Innings overall over 100. Down the grounds. Straight of a very wide long on. It's going to be 2. Always safe, placed it well. Didn't quite get all of it. Kept that placement straight down the ground, the wide long on, not able to get around. Block hole delivery, bump back, one for the crowds. Just 6 off the over, 1 to come. Middlesex need a boundary. If that man's there at the end of the innings, Middlesex are going to be mightily close to this. He's going at a strike rate of nearly 200. Middlesex needs 61 from 25. Well played. Has he got the boundary? Freddie hasn't. That's a great sliding stop. The AA just down in front of the Middlesex dugout. 2 more though. End of the over. Good over from Linda. Really good over from him. He's been having a tough evening. He goes at 8 off of that, having gone at 9s off his first 2, so yeah, not too bad. Keeps it 7 and over mark. Try the maths on that one again. Keeps it just below that 9 and over mark. On 70 for 5, 4 overs to go, 69 to win. To the wire it goes at Lords. It's in the air, but bounces short of the fielder. Low full toss and a big 6 over deep square. Sweet pick up for Holden, 88 from 45. A much needed boundary, a much needed 6. Low full toss, that's a really, really good shot from Max Holden. What are they talking about? They're waiting for the ball to be returned, are they? And Holden comes to have a chat. Goes for the big shot, throws the bat in the air in disappointment. Billings behind the stumps waiting for him to lift that back foot. 52 from 21. Down the ground, 6 more. 94 for Holden from 47 deliveries. Middlesex 183 for 5. 46 from 20. Soaring from Holden. So many of them have been. Oh, top edged. He might get away with it though, he does. He'll get a couple here. He's on to 96, Holden. Middlesex 185 for 5. One to come of the over, 44 from 19. Well, come what way for Max Holden here. This should go close for Middlesex. He's given them every chance. What an innings. They are in this fight now, Middlesex, for sure. Oh, up in the air and safe, and that'll be the century for Holden. A punch in the air. It has gone. He had to check for a moment. He drops the bat in relief. 100 from 49 deliveries. Well batted, Max Holden. In at 4. In the power play. Middlesex haven't won it yet, but a statement innings from Max Holden. Magnificent from the off. Came in the power play and got Middlesex going. He kept going. Can they keep going with him? Punch of the air, puff of the cheeks. I think he needs a drink as well. Steady himself again. 9 4s, 5 6s. 56 minutes of pure brilliance from Holden. List A record holder for the county at one point. Holding a few memories here at Lord's for the Middlesex fans tonight. Can he end the losing streak for the county? He's doing it almost single-handedly. The Max Holden show at the moment. Not done yet. 40 required from the last 3 overs. It's a big, big task still. Can the big man next to him, Luke Holman, come up with some of those goods as well? Holman's got the strike. He's got to get going. 12 from 9. He's got to go at it from the first ball here and not leave too much for Holden to do at the other end. Hogan finishes 2 for 40 from his 4. Goes to the reverse, first up, and the bouncer's banged in from Clarkson. He looks at umpire Bainton at square leg. Nothing doing from the umpire. Holman disappointed. Still only 25, Max Holden. It really is very easy to forget how young he is. Some players are only just coming through at this age. Built up an awful lot of experience. Cambridge lad. Oh, plays on. Holman's gone. Dot ball on the wicket. 16 deliveries to go. Holman needed to get bat on it, he did, but he got bat onto ball, onto stumps. Disappointment for Holman. Martin Anderson coming out. Still Josh de Carey's to come. Two top order batters really. Anderson an all-rounder, but he has batted high up the order for Middlesex. Bags potential in him as well. For Max Holden, it's a second T20 century, 102 unbeaten, his previous highest. 45 innings, 1 century, 4 50s. Strike rate of 135, 136, average of 25. Anderson off the mark, first ball, he'll get a couple at least. 2 it is. 38 from 15. Now, long on his back, long mid-off is up, so is extra cover. There's a lot of room for Anderson to drive into the offside. Steps across, tries to access the short boundary, doesn't get it past the short fine leg. He wants to, he just gets a single. Stumps thrown down, good call from Holden saying holds. 38 from 14, just 3 off the over. They need a big finish to the over here, and it's Holden who's going to have to deliver it. Be a dot ball, will it? No, they'll run through. That means Anderson has to try and find the boundary. Leg bite. Anderson has to try and find a boundary here. Holden got a 50 against Hampshire, 34 against Gloucestershire, 43 against Surrey in that opening game. Again in the middle order, he looks though he's teeing off, he looks though he's angry and in the mood. Anderson trying to target the short boundary. They reject the single. 12 deliveries over to Max Holden. 36 to win. Richardson to bowl this over. It's Richardson's over at the moment that's really made the big difference in this chase. 2 for 4, with 1 over in the middle of this innings. That's the over that's hammered Middlesex here. And put it all on this man, Max Holden. 101 from 50. Clarkson 2 for 34 from his 4. Mid fine low from him there. 4 off it. And itself could nearly be match winning that over. Max Holden on 101. Richardson from the pavilion end. Someone's on the move. What a time to get up and go for a walk. Sit back down, please, sir. Oh, Holden, he hasn't got hold of that. He might get safe, he might get lucky, he does. They've taken 2. 34 from 11. Looking to target the pavilion. In the end, not getting enough of it, saved him. Got hold of that one though, didn't he? Lower tier of the grandstand. Middlesex past 200. Holden's on to 109. 28 from 10. Holden's highest T20 score. Middlesex surely about to hit their highest score at Lords in T20 cricket. Might not be enough. Oh, mind your heads. Martin Anderson, they'll get back for 2, will they? Yes, they will. Throw to the danger enter. The danger end being Anderson's. Billings disagrees. Should have gone to the non-striker's end. Holden slides and gets in. 26 from 9. 10 off the over so far. Need at least 2 more boundaries before this over's done. And he needs the strike for the final over, Max Holden. Just the single. Anderson has to help him here. Anderson has to find something. Well, he'd have to get a single in those 3 deliveries somewhere, Max Holden, because he needs the strike for the final over. He needs every ball he can get. He'll have to take that entire final over and do it himself. What he needs Anderson to do here is find a couple of boundaries for him to take the pressure off a little in that final over. Now, long on's back, deep mid-wicket, deep square, long leg. It's going to be a straight ball. Pace off from Richardson, perhaps. Bowls it into the deck. Anderson slaps it straight to deep back with square leg. Just a single. Holden has a problem. 1, 4 or 6, I guess. Guess he goes for 6 and then says to Anderson, you've got to get a single first ball of the final over. Middlesex 5 runs short of their highest score here at Lords. Holden 10 runs up on his highest T20 bests. Is that a wide? Oh, nothing doing from umpire Bainton. Holden can't believe it. Dot ball to finish the over. 12 off it, 24 to win. How far across did Holden step? A long way. A long way. You can't complain about that, Holden. He was far enough across for umpire Bainton to say those lines moved. 205 for 6, 24 to win from 6. Anderson has the strike on 4. He's got to get bat on it. If he doesn't get a 4 or 6, he needs to get Holden onto strike. Long off and long on back, so too deep cover. Deep square and mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket. Steps across, tries to go for the big boundary again, just gets the single. 5 balls, 23 runs. Max Holden, what have you got? They've asked a lot of him already, but he's come up with the goods. George Linder, well, they dropped him to the middle order, Middlesex, dropped him to number 4, so that he gets more overs of spin in the middle order. I'm not sure it's the decision that he quite likes, judging by a couple of the answers in the interviews by the skipper and the coach. This is what he was put in the middle order for, to face the spin. Chips it up in the air, they've got to turn it into 2. 2 it is. 21 from 4. Can he get the reverse out to that short boundary? Long way outside leg. That's a good ball into the block hole. They'll get 2 again. But that is it, other than the tie for Middlesex, unless there's an extra. Holden with 116 to his name, an incredible innings. And he's not going to be on the winning side unless that man sends down an extra somewhere. Down the ground for 4, not enough. Kent are going to win. Holden moves to 120. What a mixture of emotions it must be for him. As good an innings as you'll see from Holden. Up against it and on his own. Low full toss, couldn't quite get underneath that one, but outstanding innings from Holden. To go again. He'll get a singles finish and he'll get a red inker for his 121. He deserves that at very, very least, Max Holden. Outstanding innings, not enough. 121 from 59 deliveries and on the losing side. He'll ask how. Just wasn't enough at the other end from Middlesex with the bat again. Anderson looks to tee off in the air and finishes with a wicket. 2:15 for 7, 13-run victory for Kent at Lords. They smashed 228. Middlesex's bowling has let them down. Middlesex's batting at the other end has let down Max Holden. 121 from 59 deliveries. Middlesex come up short despite Holden coming up trumps. That'll be tough for Holden to take, but again, he's made a statement here to perhaps go back up the order for Middlesex. That was an innings of absolute class. A second T20 century for Holden. Kent, well, 228. That should be a match-winning score on most matches. They held their nerve, even in the face of Holden's brilliance. They've managed to bowl themselves to victory here. With a 13-run victory at Lords, congratulations to them. Their chances scrambling through to a quarter-final place, still alive if they can get a run going in the final stages of the group. Their 8th match, their 3rd win. Middlesex, the search for a win goes on. Search for a hero. You don't have to look much further than Max Holden there, but a losing cause for Holden and for Middlesex. Be back on Sunday here at Lords. Essex the visitors. That man will look to keep going, and well applauded off. Good stuff from Kent and from Billings there, appreciating what a masterful innings that was from Max Holden. Eskenazi is captain, the first to greet him. And, well, Middlesex just weren't able to back him up at the other end. Didn't back him up with the ball either. Middlesex hit their highest score at Lords. 210, 210, 215. 2 of those 3 scores were in defeat. Plenty to think about for Middlesex still. Not too much to think about for that man. He has proved himself yet again. What a star he is for Middlesex. 25 years of age. 2 T20 centuries to his name. Held the List A record, taking it off Strauss before Eskenazi took it off him. Middlesex have to go again on Sunday. Thanks for your company tonight on the live stream. Congratulations to Kent. 228, a big total. Smashed around Lords. Brilliant from Denley. Brilliant from Bell Drummond. And then with the ball, it was that Richardson over really that made the difference. A couple of wickets, just a few runs off it. Outstanding from Kent. Thanks for your company from the stream team here at Lords, and from myself, Kevin Hand. Good night to you all. Join us all again on Sunday when Essex are the visitors here to Lords.